Welcome, everybody. This is the latest edition of Music Talk Mondays right here exclusively on both Twitch and TikTok, but it will be uploaded to YouTube later on tonight as well. So I'm your host, Eddie. You have reached my channel here where today we do all topic discussions related to music. So whether it be our instruments, our favorite artists, our favorite bands, songs, albums, soundtracks, you name it, we talk about it right here on Music Talk Mondays. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Of course, before that, I just want to give you guys some rundown on how you can always stay in touch with me. So I have an official website. It's EddieLamMusic.ca. You can find all cool content on there, including the bands I play in, the video content I also provide as well from my YouTube channels, and of course my social media links. Find it all there, and you can also find my interviews as well. So speaking of social media, you can find me on Twitch, of course, which I'm broadcasting on right now. Find me on TikTok as well. You can also find me on Instagram, find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and all username EddieLamMusic. And of course, if you guys want to donate to me, I do accept general PayPal donations, which is paypal.me/EddieLamMusic. For all you people on Twitch, you can see that graphic on there, right there where I'm pointing at. And of course, I got Patreon as well. You can go to patreon.com/EddieLamMusic. You can find some great deals on there. If you donate to my Patreon, then of course you will for sure get a shout out on these future podcasts. I just want to say hello to Steve, who's on TikTok right now. He says hello, so I'm going to say hello back. Hello, Steve. Thanks for tuning in today on the program, Music Talk Mondays. So patreon.com/EddieLamMusic is my Patreon there, so you can get some cool deals, including getting shout-outs. You can also ask for video greetings, whether if it's your birthday, a friend's birthday, any special occasions too, including anniversaries, graduations, and all that good stuff. And of course, you can also sign up on my Patreon for things such as advanced song requests for my piano live streams, too. And if you do sign up for it, you can request up to 3 songs max. And we can get those requested songs on there on my future piano live streams. And for sure, will be guaranteed to be played for sure. And of course, it'll be on during the beginning hours of the piano live streams. So there you go. So anyways, that is my important rundown that I wanted to talk to you guys about first before we carry on with the main part of our program. So this is how it's going to work. Today we're going to do our topic discussion, music topic discussion, and then after that, then we will have open Q&A from the audience. So please hold your questions until after I finish our topic for today, and then we'll just talk from there. So if you have any questions or comments later on in that Q&A portion of it, yes, again, please do so by typing in the comment section below, whether you're on Twitch or TikTok, on your platform. That's how it's going to work. All right, guys, let's get straight to the program. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of practicing your guitar. And the reason why I figured this would be a good topic to talk about is because I know a lot of my followers on TikTok specifically know me for my guitar tutorial videos that I do. So for all the people here on Twitch who actually don't know what I do on my TikTok, I actually do under 1 minute videos where I show you guys how to play songs that are fast and easy to learn. And it just repeats itself throughout the whole song in just under 1 minute. You'd be surprised how many songs don't take a lot of thought. Think about it. A lot of hit songs, they just play the same chords. You just repeat it throughout the whole song, even if something changes like rhythm or tempo or whatever like that, and you play the same chords. It happens. Hit songs are meant to be like that. They're meant to be catchy. They're meant to be short to the point, and that's it, under 4 minutes. So that's how it works. Now, what I want to do for all my followers here, first of all, of course, I want to say thank you to all my followers on TikTok who've been enjoying my videos, my tutorials. I just wanted to also thank everyone on Twitch as well for just tuning in. I want to say hi to Supjack53, who is one of my regular attendees as well, one of my big supporters. Thank you for tuning in. And, I wanted to make this easy for people because I know with us being in the quarantine life and the way 2020 has been this year, I figured this would be a good opportunity for you guys to learn something, especially if you're musicians too. So, think about it this way. Once live shows are coming back, when it happens again, when you can play live, you need some songs to learn under your belt. And this is an opportunity for you to build your portfolio, your setlist portfolio. Why not? This is where I come in on my TikTok channel to provide you guys easy songs that are just so fast to learn. I focus just on the chord side of things. I focus on mainly the chords. I focus on mainly that. Lead guitar parts, that's something I know you guys could probably do on your own time. You can find that stuff available online as well. But the main thing is chords are the meat of the songs. That is the important part of it. There's always the melodies. There's the lead guitar parts. Maybe other leads from other instruments. But chords are the most important part. But I figured guitar would be, even though I'm also a piano player, I use guitar because guitar is one of the most portable instruments that you can carry around. Pianos you don't see around too often, right? Because, it's big. It's a big hunk of thing, right? So with guitars, acoustic guitars specifically, it's very portable, and you can just bring it with you wherever you need it. No amplification required. And, of course, if you go to parties with other musicians, it's a great way to jam with one another. That's how it works. But, of course, I always joke around by saying, don't be that guitar guy at the party unless you're being asked. Sometimes there's always two ways of going about that whole guy at the guitar at the party. Either people will love you or they'll hate you. It really, really depends on who's at the party, right? Again, like I said, I was lucky to be that guy with the guitar at a party because I was asked to be there. And I knew I was in a party full of musicians anyway, so we always jam till late at night, and that's always such a fun time. I look forward to the day that happens again for sure. But anyways, guys, going back to today's main topic is practicing. Practicing your guitar is always going to be the thing that we especially for all you guitar students too, it's something that I know we all struggle with a lot. And it's like, how do we master one part? How do we master that one chord as well? And how do I make sure when I switch from one chord to another, that I can time it well and it sounds good at the same time? Well, I tell you guys, there is a way to do that. I know some of you guys are my students as well, so you guys are listening. And so this is a review for you guys, but I just want to tell this to the other audience as well who may not know about this. So when it comes to practicing, playing guitar, practicing a song, this is what happens sometimes. So, for example, I'm going to play Heart of Gold by Neil Young as an example because I'm teaching some of my students this song too. So say, for example, people may struggle with this. So see what I did there, right? So it's very common for us when we're still new to playing rhythm guitar that we're trying to play this one chord. So say I played the D, for example, and then I'm trying to figure out the G because maybe, for example, maybe G is such an unfamiliar chord that I'm still not quite used to yet, right? So I'm like, and here I am like trying to, move my fingers around, trying to figure out where it is, right? So, and then once I find the G, then I strum it. And I know for some students, some beginners, they're like, how do I do that? Like, how do I manage to, go from like, instead of doing this, like D, find the G, right? I want to time it better by going. So there's a way to do that. So first of all, whatever chord it is that you're having the trouble with the most, of course, get used to it, right? Like keep practicing on that one, start memorizing that finger placement. So you go, So say G was that chord that you're struggling with, right? So you just keep going like this. So just once you figure out the G, the finger placement and everything, then just strum it in different patterns. So so just keep playing it. So. Right, and so like do like single strums first, like single strums where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then once once it gets a little boring for you, then you can add like use the same tempo but do 2 strums. So on beats 1 and 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and then once you get used to that, then of course then you go then you can do 4 strums. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way it helps you familiarize yourself with that chord, basically. So that's one way for it to work. Of course, like what you want to do too is in order to memorize the finger placement of that chord you're struggling with, well, all you gotta do is, of course, like use one of those guitar tab diagrams to have a look at it, right? How do you look at it? Where do you place your fingers and everything? So look at that, right? And then make sure you look at your fingers too, and make sure and almost kind of like try to memorize where it is. Like that's the main thing too, because memorization, creates. It helps you create that muscle memory to know where things are. So we go like this, like, right? So that's G, and then what you can do is take your finger off the fretboard, and then, right, and then give it a few seconds, and then bring your hand back again, and see if you remember where it is, and time it. So how long did that take you, right? How long did that take you to put your fingers back to that fretboard again? And then once you figure that out, then you're like, oh, okay. G is like this, for example, right? So I'm using G as an example for our chord example. And then so you go, okay, so now I know that G is right there. So that's how you can do it, right? So again, this is how you practice it. Like memorization does play a huge role for sure. So again, take your hand off the fretboard and then quiz yourself, right? Okay, G, how do I do that again, right? And then figure out the finger placement and everything. Go back. You're like, oh, okay, so this is G. Sounds just about right. So that's another way that you can quiz yourself in order to encourage you to memorize the finger placements for the chords. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Hope this can help you all. This is just my personal way of how I do it. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all what works for you best. But I just wanted to give you guys my personal tips on what worked for me before. So it may work for you. If it does, awesome. If you guys have any other ideas as well, I would love to hear from you all, because we are a community here. We all want to learn to get better at our instruments together, right? And that's how it works. So again, quiz yourself, right? So take your hand off, right, and then put it back on again. And once the timing starts getting better, and you know where the fingers are, and you can play G like breathing, basically, you're like, then that's no problem. So there's that. So now that next step, switching from one chord to another, right? So everyone has struggled with this before. We struggle with that whole thing about going from, say, for example, D to G, right? Just an example. So what do we do? Well, all you gotta do is slowly learn how to practice switching from that one chord to another. So you go, for example, so you can go like D, right? So to give it one strum and count to 4 too. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how it works too. Like take it nice and slow to begin with, right? Build yourself up till you get to a much advanced level. So again, So that's what I would do. So give it one nice little strum. 2, 3, and then strum on G. 2, 3, 4, and then go back and forth too. Like that's what helps. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then so on and so forth, right? And then once you get used to it, then we go like this. Give it 2 strums. 1, 2, 3. So 2 times on D. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 times on G. 2. Just like that, right? Oh, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. I heard a doorbell ring. All right, there we go. I apologize about that, folks. My wife actually forgot her keys when she went outside, so I had to buzz her in. So, yes, my apologies about that, but she's fine now, everybody. She is fine. Okay. So now let's go back to what I was saying earlier. So, like what we did before, switching between G and D. So, you got to... So you go, again, so 2 strums of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 strums of D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. So, and then once you get used to it, then you can start building up a bit more, right? So then what you can do like 4 strums of G. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. I just want to say hi to everybody that just tuned in on TikTok. It's Music Talk Mondays. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to practice your guitar, how to get better at your timing and your chord placement and all that. So this is what we're doing right now. So thank you guys for joining in, by the way, especially if you just stumbled in. I appreciate you guys for tuning into today's program. Just to help us get better at our instruments. If you know anybody that wants to check this out too, tell them about this live that's happening right now. I really appreciate that. So, anyway, so again, what I was saying just now. So switch back and forth between D and G as an example, right? So that way you can, and then just time it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then switch. 1, 2, 3. So notice how I'm switching, right? So I go 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. That's how it works, just like that too. And then once you get a little bit more advanced, actually, then what you could do is you can even do switches after the 2 count. So, for example, I would go like this. So, start off with D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So that also works well. Yeah. So, of course, if you feel like you're not quite there on the timing of it, like at a certain speed, then slow it down a bit more. So, say for example, if I can't do this, if I can't go. How do I do the G? Right, just like that. Then all you gotta do is slow it down a bit more. Just go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and if that works better for you, then stick with that speed, and just keep practicing back and forth to switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once you get used to it, then you can challenge yourself a little bit more. Then you can go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then of course, mix it up with different strumming patterns. So you can go like. So just like that can also work. So yeah, once you're comfortable, then you can definitely start picking up on other songs and go from there. Hopefully that helps, guys. And of course, like I said, save your questions until we get to the Q&A period of this program. So yeah, okay. So here's another one that I know we all probably go through when we learn chords, especially if you're new to this whole guitar thing. So, for example, I'll now go to the E major. So, just to switch things up a little bit. So, here's an E major chord. So, say you're having trouble with this chord, right? Let's just say you're going like this. Like, if you hit every string, you hear this instead. Like, if you hear that, you're wondering, what the heck is going on? Why doesn't it sound as clear, right? So here's what you can do. I always tell this to my students. I say, trace back your steps, which means how I do it, how I trace back my steps on chords, is I go through each string at a time to see who the culprit is, which note is being the culprit of the not so good sound. So E chord, right? So say if I hear I hear that, right? It doesn't sound clear enough, then go through each string at a time. So right, so let's say you found a culprit. Let's say the culprit was this guy. So what you can do then you can say to yourself, okay, now I need to make this note sound more clear. And I always say, if the solution is to add more pressure on the string on the fretboard, then yeah, press your finger down a bit more. Don't press too hard, don't press too light. Just press enough to where you can hear the note like this, where you can hear that. Right. So for example, you want to hear that. You want it nice and clear, right? So you go. That's it, and that's how you do it. So just trace back your steps, right? And then once you figure that out, then you go. If that sounds more clear, then you've done your job. So again, it's all about tracing back your steps, basically. That's all it is. That's all it comes down to. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's a helpful tip for you all. Again, so yeah. So and then say let's go back to our song "Heart of Gold" by Neil Young, right? So we go. But say you hear this. Right? And then you know something is wrong. Well, maybe like look into it, like okay, some chords I'm not tight on, so then what do? Just go back, trace back your steps, right? So C. So C, say there's something wrong with C, then you do the same thing. Go through each string at a time. Right? And you find the culprit. Then it's like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay, probably I'm not pressing on a string enough, right? Maybe it's the wrong finger placement. Well, whatever it is. Then just look at it, figure out the proper finger placement. Did you press the note hard enough? And then strum again. And if it sounds more clear, then like I said, you've done your job. Mission accomplished. Just like that. And then once you get that out of the way, then try again, right? So try that part. So now it sounds better. But then okay, then you realize, okay, something doesn't sound right. Again, go back to that specific chord. It was the D, right? So let's say the D chord was the culprit. Okay, so it was a D. Okay, so what do? Again, trace back your steps. Right? So something doesn't sound right from that part, so what do? Yeah, like then you figure out each note, right? Like you want each note to sound clear. That's the whole point of fixing those chord mistakes. So say that one, okay, this one kind of sucks, right? So what do? Just, press, then I'm going to fix that note. So I realize on my end, I need to press it down a bit more. So now it sounds much more clear, right? So, but let's say that note did not sound good. So you figure that that's the culprit too. Then let's fix it. Make it sound clear. So look at your fingers, right? And then see if pressing harder solves it. And if it does, there you go. And then that's it. Sounds better. So then you can actually go back again. Oh, I just want to say hello to Blake on TikTok. Blake is one of my regular viewers too. He's one of my great supporters. Thank you again, Blake, for tuning in to Music Talk Mondays. I'm really glad you're a part of this. So yeah, so then you play the D chord, and then you go see if it sounds much better. And you're satisfied with it, then good. Mission accomplished. So then you play that part again, just like that. So that's how you can explore. That's one of my personal tips of how I explore fixing chords that may have been a problem, like something that doesn't sound quite tight yet. So, like I said, it's all about tracing back your steps, right? Play one note at a time. See which one is not sounding right, and then you fix it from there. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this is helpful for y'all. Okay, now the next part of the art of practicing is the strum pattern side of things. So again, we talked about tempo, but we were talking about tempo in terms of switching from one chord to another, right? But now let's talk about, for guitar strumming, if you don't feel like you're quite at a certain speed where you're able to play fast yet, then what we do is that we just take it very slowly. Again, same deal. So let's say, we do a song, right? I'm just gonna randomly select a song here. So let's say, we'll use Neil Young as an example again, because he's one of my favorite Canadian artists. So let's just say we're gonna do "Rock in the Free World." So we go. Okay, so let's say that's the actual song. That's the actual song speed. But let's say you can't play that speed yet. So what do? Just slow it down a bit. So, turn the notches down of the speed. Just go more like this. Go, say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so notice how I slowed that down a whole lot. So what I want to do too is also understand the strumming pattern. So I went down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Yeah, sorry, just trying to remember what I just said there. Right, so down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, da 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 da. Right, so just knowing the strumming pattern first, and then after that, then focus on the speed after. So let's keep practicing on that, right? So slow it down, right? Nice and slow. No rush. Just like that. So it all comes down to it, right? So figure out that strumming pattern first, and then just pick up the pace each time. So so for instance, like once you get used to it. Oh, thank you, Blake, for the the Gene Simmons emoji right there. Rock and roll, dude. Anyways, so once you're ready to pick up the pace, then yeah, just play a little faster once you're ready. Right, so that's be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's at that speed too. So that also works just as well. And then once you start getting more used to it, then challenge yourself a little bit more. Take it up another level, right? So then once you're ready, then you can go 1, 2, 3. So there you go. Once you get ready to pick up the pace, and you hit full speed, then you're all set. Then you're all good to go. Here's another suggestion I would also say when you're practicing on your speed. Use a metronome if you don't have one. If you don't have an actual metronome device at home, then I highly suggest you downloading an app. There are metronome apps available that are free to download. So just look it up and practice along with it, and Bob's your uncle. That's how it works. It works for me personally to practice with either a metronome. If you don't have metronome, but if you have like say drum beat samples from synthesizers or anything online, then use that too. I highly encourage that. At least with drum beats. At least with drum beats, you can actually feel like you're practicing with a drummer. Like you're practicing with a band, basically. And of course, another thing that also works too to work on your speed is play along with the songs that you're playing, that you're practicing on. Just try that. But yeah, so that also works too. Oh, I got a nice compliment here. Who was it? Johnny says, "Bro, you are so helpful." No problem. Thank you so much, Johnny. I'm glad I can help you, man. So that's how it works, guys. Hopefully, with speed, practicing on your speed again. You gotta take it slow. You don't want to jump too fast and stumble all over the place, right? And so when you get yourself in a situation where you're kind of stumbling a bit, then just take it slowly. Just take it slowly at a time. Take it each step, and then once you start being more confident about it, then pick up the pace a little bit and challenge yourself a little bit, and you'll do fine. So there you go. So that's my that's my tips. Sorry, I said spit by accident. That's my tips on practicing your speed. So the one thing you got to know about when it comes to practicing guitar, you're multitasking a lot of things, mentally specifically too, because not only are you concentrating on your strumming, right, your strumming pattern, your speed, but you're also concentrating on finger placements on your fretboard too. That's what's going on. Your brain is pretty much like thinking about multiple things at once. But that's the beauty part of playing musical instruments, is that you are developing some multitasking skills, basically. So, yeah. And same thing with me being a piano player, it's also multitasking as well. But it's so funny because on my piano live streams, I'm also multitasking people's comments on my live streams, and also making sure I'm playing my notes properly. And on top of that, scrolling through my lyrics on my tablet. So that's a bunch of things happening at the same time. So, people who stream themselves performing every day, I give you guys props for just doing all that stuff too. So like I said, I'm still new to streaming myself on Twitch and TikTok, but I am having a blast talking to you guys and connecting with you that way, and entertaining you as well. So again, same kind of deal too, especially if you're playing lead guitar. Now, just for the record, guys, I'm more of a rhythm guitar guy than a lead guitar guy. There are people out there who are mega shredders, right? But for those of you who may be doing guitar solos, for example, same deal. Just take it slow, right? So if you can't do something like right? So if you can't play that fast, then just take it, nice and slow too, right? So do it, note by note, one at a time. Right? And it's pretty normal to sound like that. I know, like, when you're slowing down when you do guitar solos, it doesn't sound pro, but trust me on this one though, when you do take it nice and slow, it's going to help you a long way. Again, like I said, everything is all in a matter of taking that time to slow down and practice each time, go through each part specifically that you may be having trouble with, and then just keep challenging yourself a bit more, right? Making sure you get used to things. So there you go. So yeah, same thing with lead guitar players as well. If you're a shredder, yeah, take it nice and slow, and it will be good for you all. So, what else is there? Yes, okay. So, even oh, actually, hold on a second. I'm seeing a comment here. Jay says, "Thanks for the video. He's learned so much." No problem, Jay. I'm really glad my tips for today are helping you. I really appreciate that so much. Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool to see you guys online and just be engaging with me and let me know that this is helping you guys. And again, if there's any questions that you have, feel free to also add me on Instagram as well, which is EddieLamMusic, same username. And send me a message and just let me know anything that you need some questions on, any tips you need. Just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to help you guys. This is what I want to do, is help you guys succeed in making sure that you're happy with playing guitar, but making sure that you overcome some certain obstacles that may be an issue. Like I said, I've been there before, guys. I have been there before. And like I said, the key thing is just all in a matter of practice. That's the main thing. It's all in a matter of practice. All right. Yeah, and and even the same thing too when you're playing like opening guitar riffs. Like if for example, I'm gonna use the opening for Down in the Corner by CCR as an example. So the opening opening melody, is right. So, but say you're having trouble with that part, you're going like ah. Right, and so you're struggling with that. You're hitting the wrong notes constantly, right? Right. So what you do, same deal. Slow it down, right? Figure out which note it is. So, for example, so I know it's, and so C, A, G, back to C. So just slow it down. Right, so try it again. So you just always keep going back and forth, because that's what really helps. So right, so try and then go back again. Right, so it's almost like when you're running laps, right? Or no, actually no, like it's like when you go to the gym and you're lifting weights, right? You got to do it a number of times, and then take a rest, and then go back again and do it again. So same deal. It's almost like you're like lifting weights, except all you're doing is you're just going over parts of a song here and there, and that way you get it done correctly. So right. So once you get used to it, you go repeat again. Keep going. Right, and so once you get used to that, then you'll be like, oh, okay, now this is no problem. Now it's just as easy as breathing, basically. So so that way, once you play it again from start to finish, then you can be like, right, and so that is no problem. It's a cinch now, because you've taken the time to slow down, look into it. What is the correct note for it, and just keep repeating and repeating and repeating until you get better at it. And I think even if you guys are guitar experts already too, then still keep making that a habit. Keep that a habit. I'm remind myself too, just so you guys know. I remind myself that I gotta slow things down too in order to get a certain part right. So yeah. Okay, so Papa Giggles was asking on TikTok is asking about the speed and finger placements and everything. So like I did went over it earlier tonight, but of course, like I said, just to sum it up for those who may have just missed that part. So again, it's all a matter of knowing your chord first. So first discover that chord. So I'll use C for again. So C, figure out how you play C, right? Right, and keep strumming it, until you get used to it. Try different strumming patterns. So keep strumming in different ways you can. And of course, like I said before earlier, so place your fingers on C, take your fingers off, right? Wait for a few seconds, go back again, see how long it took you to remember that. And then take your finger off the fretboard again, go back, see how long that took you. Right? So just like that. And then when you go from, say, C to D, right? And so all you got to do is just, again, take it slow. So C, one strum, 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. And then once you get used to it, pick up the pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So again, like I said, people, this is the ongoing theme. Take it nice and slow, and then speed it up once you're ready. So hopefully that helps you guys, especially sorry, let's check. Especially Papa Giggles on TikTok. Hopefully that helps you, my friend. All right, I'm just looking at the comments here on TikTok. I'll answer some questions, of course, when we get to Q&A, which we will be there pretty soon. Awesome. Okay, so what can we do here? Yeah. So again, which one? You gotta look at yourself and know which chord is that you struggle with the most. And so, like I said, just practice on that. Take some time, but don't strain yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Don't stress yourself out too much. If you can't do it, like say today, then try it again tomorrow, and just keep at it. And take it nice and slow. Patience, like I said, patience is the main key. Patience is key when it comes to nailing certain chords correctly. That's all it is. And same thing with timing. Patience is key when it comes to that. So going back to that opening riff for Down a Corner. Right, so again, we played just the opening melody as well. Again, take it nice and slow if it's too hard for you, right? So, right, and so again, like I said, metronome. Use a metronome if you have to, at whatever speed you want it to be, and then just go from there. So hopefully that helps you. Again, drum samples and all that too, like that also helps. Yes, that's right. Darren says on TikTok, says patience applies to many things in life. It is very true, everybody. Patience is key, just like what Guns N' Roses said. Patience. All right, all. So we talked about strumming patterns, strumming speed. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. So especially with strumming pattern, again, I know I'm touching base on a lot of things, but yeah. So with strumming patterns, so say if let's just say I'm playing REM, The One I Love, as an example again here. So like this one goes out to the one I love. So that strumming I do acoustically. I just go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Right. So if you're confused by that, then all you gotta, if you don't want to get mixed up, then you just slow it down. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So see what I did there? So. Right, so I took my time doing that, right? So and then once you get used to it, again, same deal. And again, like I said, grab a metronome and practice with that. So, yeah. So there you go, guys. So hopefully those are some guitar tips that I hope will help you all. Hopefully these tips have been quite useful for you. I know some of you guys have already commented on TikTok saying that you are enjoying the tips that I've been giving you guys. And again, I appreciate all your guys' kind comments on this. So I'm happy to help you. Again, like I said, feel free to also add me on Instagram because that's where you're able to message me directly as well. So EddieLamMusic is my Instagram. Send me a message anytime if you have any questions, and I would love to help you guys. Seriously. Even if it's something I can't help you directly with, I will try to redirect you to some places that could be of help, that could be of good services to you all. So there you go. Thank you, Jimmy, on TikTok. Jimmy is one of my loyal followers, too, on TikTok, who tunes into all my broadcasts, whether it be my podcast here, Music Talk Mondays, or if it's my piano live streams. Jimmy is just amazing that way. Okay. So that, let's see. With that being said, what else is there? Okay, yeah. So if you ever feel like your fingers are hurting and all that stuff, and all that, too, when you're practicing, if you do feel like your fingers are hurting, then honestly, give it a rest. Yeah, like seriously, you feel like your hands are kind of aching a little bit, give it a nice little rest, stretch your fingers, stretch your hands and everything. Do what you can. And, yeah, like seriously, because you don't want to hurt yourself, right? Like, this isn't the army, this is not like boot camp or anything like that. The guitar is, any instrument that you're playing, especially guitar, is meant to be something that you want to enjoy playing. Especially for all you musicians out there who are working musicians too. It all comes down to it, right? Like, do what you love, but make sure you take care of yourself when you do that. So, yeah. What else is there? What else can I say about that? I think that's pretty much it, honestly. So, those are my tips for today, everybody. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, I will be uploading this on YouTube the minute this broadcast is done, so I will do my best to upload it before the end of the day, and then that way you can go back and revisit on my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel, same username, EddieLamMusic. Make sure you subscribe. Check out some other things I've done too, including some covers of certain songs and all that. So I look forward to seeing you on the YouTube platform as well. Okay. Well, guys, we're gonna now move on to the open Q&A session of this evening. Let me put my guitar down first. Okay, so I have seen some eager questions already, so I will get right to it. I'm going to start with Subject53 on Twitch. Subject53 is asking, have I used any music program? If you're talking about recording, I use Reaper for all my recordings on my YouTube channel that you've seen. I also use Reaper for my band Cry of Silence when it comes to recording stuff as well. My guitar player Isaac, I believe he uses. I should probably ask him what he uses, but I use Reaper. I think Isaac, my guitar player, he probably uses a different program. But if he's using Reaper, though, I would not be surprised as well because it is a good program. Just saying. When it comes to, say, making guitar tabs, for example, I recommend I would say use Guitar Pro. I know a lot of people use Guitar Pro for guitar tabs, especially if you're composing stuff. It is really helpful. But I use a free program too called Tux Guitar, which is TUX Guitar. So Tux Guitar also helps you create guitar tabs and even drum tablature too. So I use that. I also use it to compose like MIDI stuff as well because I have a background in music theory. I'm able to compose my own notes using that thing, and then I just load it onto Reaper, for example, and then use a VST, which is like a instrument software, and lay on some different effects on there, gives it some nice sounds, and that's it. So that's how those are one of the programs I use as well. What else is there for music programs? Oh, if you want to create even like your own piano notes or something like that too, there's an online app I recommend called NoteFlight, which you can Google. NoteFlight's another good one, especially if you want to create your own personal lesson plans for piano students. I use that sometimes. I used to do that a couple years back, but yeah, that's another program I would recommend as well. Hopefully that helps you, Subject 53. Thanks for that question. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the TikTok questions here and comments. See what I have missed. Let's see. Okay, Josh Johnson on TikTok is asking, what gauge do I use on my guitar? For acoustic, I actually use like a light, medium, light gauge, basically. My personal favorite brand I like to use usually for acoustic is D. Markley. So that's my personal favorite gauge. When it comes to electric, I pretty much I use like a more heavier gauge when it comes to electric guitar, because if I'm playing lots of like heavy rock, for example, I just go for that. My personal favorite brand is GHS Boomers. So there's that. Okay. Oh, Jimmy says Riff Station is a good program for learning too. I've never tried Riff Station before, Jimmy, but I would love to try that one day. Thanks for the recommendation. So everybody on Twitch and TikTok, make sure you look at Jimmy's comment there. Riff Station is another program that you may want to check out as well. So thank you, Jimmy, for that suggestion. I really appreciate all that. Jimmy's asking, do I use heavy or light picks? I actually use somewhere in between. But when it comes to acoustic guitar, I use something not too light, but light enough where has a little bit of thickness here to it. I use the Jim Dunlop USA picks here. Not sure you can see it. I'll show it to the people on TikTok first. Looks like that. So, yeah. So it's pretty light, but not too light. So everyone on Twitch here, you'll see this too. So I use that one, if you can see it. I really apologize if you can't really see it, but yeah. Do the best I can. But yeah, a lot of Jim Dunlop picks are actually pretty good in my personal opinion. I know people have also raved about chicken picks. I would love to try that one day for sure. Like, I hear good things about it, so I might want to give that a try one day. If they could sponsor me, that'd be great. Anyways, but I do use really thick picks when it comes to playing bass, though. So, wonder if I have one in front of me. I'm in luck. I always like to put stuff right in front of me so that way I know where it is. But when it comes to playing bass guitar, this is my pick of choice. This is a 2.0 millimeter pick. It's Dunlop USA. But yeah, this is the one I use when it comes to playing bass guitar. So this is my guy here. So yeah. I think it sounds, it's really perfect for, it doesn't break when I'm playing bass. When I play bass, I just use my fingers sometimes, and depending on the song, obviously, if it's like a very light-hearted song, then of course, yeah, I use my fingers. But if I'm playing heavy, upbeat songs, then I use picks. That's what I do for bass. I was going through the questions on TikTok here. If anybody on Twitch has any questions or comments as well, please type in them below. I would love to hear more from y'all. Okay, let's see. Jimmy loves lessons. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm glad you love these lessons here. Yeah, so Josh is at Johnson again on TikTok asking, do iPhone metronomes work just as well? Yeah, I'm not. Well, I don't. I have a Samsung at home, so I don't know anything about iPhones. But if it does come with metronomes, I'm pretty sure it may be handy for you. But yeah, there's lots. If you don't have any metronome apps on your phone, then of course there's, just go on to go on to those phone stores and see if there's anything online that you can find that that has like free metronome apps. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you, Shane, for the donation. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Shane. Okay, Joshua also asked on TikTok. Ozzy or Dio? I go for Ozzy just because I never really listened to Dio's stuff. But although I will say I love the song "Holy Diver." It's a great song, man. Like, it's really amazing stuff. But I grew up listening to Ozzy and Black Sabbath, so Ozzy for me. I know a lot of Ozzy songs. Not so much the solos because Zakk Wylde is a beast. So is Randy Rhoads. Both those guys are such beasts on guitars, right? But yeah, like I really do enjoy Black Sabbath. Of course, Tony Iommi, great guitar player too. Harry says, "Hey Ed the Legend, hope you are having a great day, brother. Regards from Sydney, Australia." So Harry is one of my followers, my loyal followers from Australia. Thank you so much, Harry, for always liking my videos. Again, and for tuning into my Music Talk Monday podcast, and of course, talking about all music topics, right? And also for tuning in, Harry. Thanks for tuning in to my piano live streams as well. You are so awesome that way too. Moody on TikTok says I look like a Samsung user. I know, yeah, because I always wonder if like people who use iPhones look a certain way. I mean, although I will say my wife uses an iPhone. I use a Samsung. I don't own any Apple products whatsoever. It's just not me. It's just not me for some reason. But all of my bandmates and I, we share an iPad because when we used to do live band karaoke, we actually put lyrics on there. So it's like the band iPad basically. So we just pretty much just use that to put lyrics on there for our any audience members who want to come up and sing basically. Moody says, "You're awesome." Thank you, Moody. You are awesome as well. You're probably more awesome than I am. So thank you, Moody. I really appreciate that, my friend. Let's see. What else tip can I give? Yeah, I would even say as a piano player myself, here's a tip for you guys as well. When it comes to playing piano, again, same deal. Just take things really slow. Learn one note at a time. Exercise each finger as you're hitting a note, right? And then once you speed things up, then just speed up just a little bit at a time. And then once you get used to it, then challenge yourself a bit more, right? So again, like I said, this all ties back to that theme for both piano players, guitar players, and all other instruments. Take it slow, take it nice and slow, and then challenge yourself each time, each week, even if you can. But like I said, this is where I have to be that hard ass teacher and say to you guys, it all comes. You gotta make sure you take that time to practice, because if you don't practice, how are you gonna get better at your instrument, right? That's all it is. But again, at the same time, don't be too hard on yourself, guys. Like, things do take time, but it also comes down to finding the root of your problem as well. What is the root of the problem? Why is this chord not sounding that great? Why am I always flopping at this part or that part of the song? Take that time. Go back, explore, trace back your steps. That's what works, guys. Hopefully you do make that a good habit as well. So, yeah. Cool. Awesome. Let's go check out more comments here on my TikTok. Thank you guys, too, for those who are new followers who've just joined in because you stumbled on this live stream. I really appreciate that so much. Yeboy97 says, "I have a great voice." Thank you so much, Yeboy, on TikTok for enjoying my voice. I normally don't do podcast talking about music because usually for me, I just do performances on my live streams too. But people have said to me they really admire what I've been doing, which was doing a lot of talking like public speaking like this. So I figured maybe I should dedicate a week where, a day during the week where I do like Q&As and have a sit down with you all and just talk about things related to music. So that's why I came up with Music Talk Mondays, because this is like the perfect time for me to chat with you guys, connect with you all, and just talk about all things related to music. Because I know you guys had a lot of questions when it comes to playing guitar, when it comes to playing piano and all that. And yeah, so that's why I'm just so happy to be a part of this. I'm just so happy that you guys are a part of this too. And just talking about how we can get better at our instruments. Because we've all been there, especially all you experts out there, probably all you experts who are bigger than I am. I'm sure you've all been through all these tough trials of being frustrated because you're like, this part is so hard, right? So, yeah, like I said, guys, don't stress too much about it. What else is there? Oh, here's Vet Dad Tail says on TikTok, says, I love your 60-second acoustic guitar lessons. Love to learn new country songs. Yes, for sure. Vet Dad Tails on TikTok. Thank you so much for liking my videos. For country, I have a little bit of country stuff, right? So I got Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. I got Country Girl by Luke Bryan. I also got God's Country by Blake Shelton as well, who, of course, all of you guys have seen on The Voice. He's one of the judges / coaches. So yeah, but I should look into more country songs and see like which ones don't take a lot of chords and they just repeat, and you can just go on autopilot. So I would love to explore that country market more. But of course, I appreciate you guys for giving me song suggestions as well. Your song suggestions have helped me build this catalog in my TikTok channel. So you guys are so awesome that way too. Just so you guys know. Of course, like I said, anything that you want me to play on future piano live streams, please let me know. Send me a message. In fact, like I said, feel free. Don't hesitate to sign up for my Patreon as well. Because, again, like I said, with Patreon, you can sign up and donate monthly to my Patreon if you want guaranteed spots for song requests for my future piano live streams. I can do that for you guys, definitely. You know it. I would love to play some of your guys' requests, and for, like I said, I'll put it at a good spot, like in the early part of the piano live stream, and make that magic happen. For sure. Just going through, just gonna scroll through more comments here on TikTok. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so that is it for now on that part. Let's see, what else can I say about practicing instruments? Oh yeah, of course, guys, I have to put this out as a mega tip as well, for the sake. What is it? Oh yeah. So when it comes to practicing, make sure you don't practice too late where your neighbors will complain, because it's just not cool to do that. You don't want people to wake you up while you're sleeping, so you want to be fair to your neighbors as well. So I always say, practice at a reasonable time, like daytime, or even before, by default, even before 10 p.m. if that's possible. Practice before 10 up and end it at 10 p.m. basically. 9:30 depending who your neighbors are, what time they sleep. But yeah, practice at a reasonable time. Or if anything, what you could do, just talk to your neighbors ahead of time and tell them, hey, look, I am learning piano or guitar or whatever instrument, and I do have to practice. What time do you sleep? And depending on what time you sleep, I will revolve my practice times around that. So that's one thing you can talk to your neighbors about. Of course, yeah, talk to your housemates about it too if you're living with other people in the household. I don't care if it's your mom or dad or your siblings or your loved ones, your spouses or whoever, but make sure you do communicate that to people around you that live with you or near you, and give them a heads up. Tell them that I'm practicing an instrument and I have to do it, but I want to respect your time as well. So there's that. If you're playing in a band, I highly suggest, if you don't have a basement, then I highly suggest renting out one of those rehearsal spaces if possible. Just saying. Just for the sake of other people's sanity, right? So here you go. Cool. Let's see. Well, I guess that's honestly. Oh, hold on a second. I'm just gonna look at. I think I saw a comment that I missed here on TikTok. Hold on. Eric says maybe try to do something like good old fashioned "Lover Boy" by Queen. I will need to learn that. There's some other Queen songs I would love to explore that I haven't got a chance to play or sing yet. But uh, Mason on TikTok says, "Hey, the garage works great." Yeah, so if you guys have a garage, that's another place where you can practice too. But again, make sure you give your neighbors a heads up, right? Like just tell them, just communicate with them and say, "Look, I need to practice with the group." So yeah, but if you're practicing by yourself too, that should be no problem, honestly. Um, Ghost Soldier on TikTok says, "Bro, I got a new dog on Friday." Ghost Soldier on TikTok, that's great news. I hope you take good care of that dog. I know you will do a good job, but just make sure you give that dog all the love that it deserves. You know, dogs are great companions. They're very loyal creatures, so make sure you give them all the respect and love that they need because you know they're wonderful creatures. Dogs are amazing. Sorry, cats. I do like cats too. I don't have any pets at home, but like I have dog sat before. I've cat sat also, and I love both those animals honestly. So let's see. What else we got there? Jared says hi. Jared on TikTok says hi. Hello, Jared. Yeah, but Mason, just going back to what you were saying, yeah, the garage is definitely a great one to use for practices as well. So yeah. Um, let's see what else is there. Yeah, Ghost Soldier. Yeah, I remember you were talking about your last dog that passed on. So you know, but I'm really glad you're getting a new dog, you know, a new member of the family. So I'm really happy for you guys. Savage said on TikTok says learn some Halloween songs. You know what's so crazy about Halloween? I remember hearing about those guys because one of my high school friends' older brother showed me their music, and because you know European metal is not, you know, there's a market for it, but you don't get too much of it at local rock stations depending where you're from. But you know, in my hometown, they don't play too much like metal European bands like Blind Guardian or Manowar. Well, actually, is Manowar European? I'm not too sure. Oh, I gotta look this up later. Anyways, but you know what I mean, like Blind Guardian, or you'll even play some others like heavy stuff like Cradle of Filth and all those kind of bands too. You know, I like those bands. They don't even play like my local rock station. I hate to bash my local rock station here, but I have to say this: they're not playing bands like Bring Me the Horizon even, and they're really popular. And I just don't see why, but. Blind Guardian, another great one of my favorite European bands too. But Halloween, yeah, like I remember what's so cool about it. I think if I'm describing this correctly, the lead singer would do like 3 different voices in a single track. You think it's 3 different people singing it, but it's just like this one dude who can have these 3 different styles of vocals, and it's awesome. Like if that's Halloween. Let me know if that is. Hopefully, I'm describing that properly. If that is the same band I'm thinking, but yeah, I think that's really cool. You know, I think any radio stations that could play that too, I salute them. I think it's awesome to do that. Okay, let's see. What else is there? Yeah, so for those who just stumbled in, it's open Q&A on the stream right now on this portion of the program. I'll take a few more questions and then I'll probably call it a night. But again, if you guys want to check out what you've missed earlier tonight during my program, I will upload this live stream, the Twitch version on YouTube. It'll be on my YouTube channel, which is EddieLamMusic, because I really want you guys to go back and really take in all the stuff I've talked about today. Hopefully it'll help you guys. Ghost Soldier's asking, do I play video games? Yes, I do play video games. I currently use I have a PS4, but I also got classic consoles such as Super NES, PS1, and PS2. I have a lot of games for PS2, but I also got a good handful of PS3 games. I got some PS4 games, not a whole lot, but enough PS4 games to get me by. But I'm currently playing The Last of Us 2. that is personally a great game for me. I enjoyed the Last of Us series. The first one was amazing, but part two, I just love the gameplay of it. It's just great, and because I think with the Last of Us 2, it was about like how far could they go with this, like especially with the enemies and all that stuff. I won't give anything away because I know people get upset when I give away spoilers, so I won't tell you guys what's going on in the actual game, but definitely play if you want to. If you want to fight some zombie creatures, and we have two enemies in The Last of Us. You have zombie creatures and people, regular people. So there you go. Ghost Soldier says, "Do I play Modern Warfare?" I do not play Modern Warfare. I'm not really a first-person shooter kind of guy. I'm different from a lot of other gamers. Like for me, I don't do first-person shooter except on PS2. I actually do have Star Wars Battlefront on PS2. So part 1 and part 2. And I enjoy both those games. I had a blast playing those. Just saying. But other than that, yeah, like first-person shooter is not really my kind of thing. So my favorite series, of course, are The Last of Us, Metal Gear Solid, Street Fighter games, Mortal Kombat games, South Park: Stick of Truth. That's the closest thing I'll do to RPG. Again, I'm not your average gamer. I'm a bit of a picky gamer sometimes. And I look back and I realize, you know what, I am a little bit picky on certain genres that I play. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, and this circles back too. Harry Gregson Williams. I give him mega props to him writing the theme song to Metal Gear Solid. Because this is the same guy who wrote the theme for Shrek. He also did Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe theme. And he also did that Sean Connery movie, The Rock. So he did all those themes. This guy's amazing. So doing both video games, TVs, and movies and all that, the guy is just brilliantly talented, man. Ghost Soldier on TikTok says, "Yeah, I got really sad when the guy." Oh, okay. I'm not gonna read that. I don't want to give away spoilers, guys. So you can't say that too, Ghost Soldier on TikTok. Yeah, I got really sad when blah 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 blah. I'm I'm on Xbox. I'm sad can't play PS4 games. Oh, I know. Yeah, there are games that are exclusively for PS4, or there are games that are exclusively for Xbox, and that kind of sucks. And they have their own exclusive characters too, right? Like you can't play Mario games on PlayStation or Xbox because he's exclusively a Nintendo character. So there's that, right? But yeah, same thing with Halo. Like you can't be Master Chief in PS4 games or Nintendo Switch games because he's an exclusive Xbox character. And then again, too, there's also characters who can be on all platforms. So, yeah. What else was there? Hold on. I'm just going to look at a comment here on Ghost Soldier. Ghost Soldier says, "Yeah, I want to put that in my bad." Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, just be very careful you put spoilers on there because some people have made that mistake, too. Like, I think I've made that mistake a long time ago, too. So, yeah. Brian says, "What are your thoughts on console exclusives?" It really depends on the game. I really feel like any game that's really good, it should deserve to be on other consoles as well. That's just my personal opinion, because it just kind of sucks, It's like, well, it's such a good game, but you gotta have this console to have it. Like, but it's like, well, because I've spent so much money on my PlayStation, I don't want to go through the hassle of having to save up and buy an Xbox just for that game. But that's why I always find that sometimes console exclusive games can be really frustrating. So it's like, well, if it was available on all other platforms, then everybody will have a fair share of that cool experience, basically. Ryan's asking how am I doing? I'm doing great, my friend, because I got a chance to talk to you guys again. This is Music Talk Mondays, where we discuss about music-related topics, and of course, I do open Q&A with you guys, with all my followers on Twitch and TikTok. Again, you guys are amazing on both platforms. I'm just telling you that right now. You guys are just amazing people. So let's look at more comments here. Brand, but with an M at the end. Okay, yeah. Brian. Okay, Brian. Okay, for sure. Okay, I'll make sure I pronounce that correctly. What's it? He says, yeah, and PS4 has got some good things too. Yes, that is very true. Ryan's asking what's my favorite Michael Jackson song. I mean, everybody loves. I do love "Beat It" just because that was my first Michael Jackson song growing up as a kid, and appreciating Eddie Van Halen's solo. Because we think about it this way, "Beat It" is actually more of a rock song. Like, and that was my. It is rock and roll basically. It's because like, but the thing you have to admire about MJ is that Michael Jackson could do a versatile amount of different songs. It's not so he can do something as heavy as "Beat It," but then he'll do something as groovy as like Billie Jean with that funky bass line, right? And then you also have like the like more modern R&B. What was it? "You Are Not Alone." So there's that one. Yeah. So he was very versatile, and of course one hell of a dancer. Of course, I know everyone was talking about that documentary though, Leaving Neverland. I know it's a very controversial documentary. I'm not going to express my opinions on it, but I can tell you I have friends in the music community. I got friends in the music community who are very divided. Like one people are not MJ supporters because of that documentary, and there's another half that are pro Michael Jackson because they believe that documentary was a lot of rubbish. At least that's what they say. And of course, people have seen that interview with Michael Jackson's niece, telling her side of the story because supposedly she dated one of those guys in that documentary, Leaving Neverland, who have put allegations against Michael Jackson. So some really hot tea to spill out there, But anyways, okay, so yeah, that's Michael Jackson. Yeah, definitely, I would say "Beat It." But I do love "The Way You Feel." It's an easy one to learn too. Ghost Soldier says, replying to Ryan. Oops. Sorry. Replying. It's they get free Fortnite packs at the time. Okay, sorry. This is like a game related topic here. Bram's asking, have you played any of the Borderlands games? I actually have not. I've never gone to Borderlands actually. So there you go. Ryan is saying, Ghost Soldier saying it's lagging bad. Yeah, I apologize on that. My Wi-Fi connection is not really the best, but of course, because we are at. My apologies on this one, just because, it's just because everyone's using the internet. I'm in an apartment building, and it's just like, we're at this hour, right, where everybody's using the internet. So this is why internet connections can get pretty unstable sometimes. So that's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. Ryan says my next tutorial should be over Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Well, I wish I could do that on guitar in under 1 minute, but unfortunately with Tiny Dancer, there's a lot of chord changes, unfortunately. So I wish I could do that. Maybe in the future. Of course, though, I do perform that on my piano live streams usually, so you'll get a taste of that for sure. Anyways, let's see if there's any more questions here. Okay, so that's the other questions so far. Thank you guys for being so engaging, by the way. You guys are so awesome for just putting in like comments and questions right there and then. TikTok is winning in that category, so for all you people on Twitch, it's about time to step your game up a little bit. No, just kidding. But honestly, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome just talking to me and just saying hi. Even if you're just listening and you're not engaging, I appreciate you guys just stepping in, just popping in, and just hearing the sound of my radio voice here, my would-be radio voice. I never got into radio. It's just that I know that there's just way too many politics involved. So Brian's asking what platforms am I on? So social media platforms. Again, this is a good message to all you guys. I have Twitch. I got TikTok. I'm live on both platforms right now, Twitch and TikTok. But yes, I am also on Instagram as well. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and it's all under EddieLamMusic. Again, I have Patreon. I also got PayPal. PayPal.me/EddieLamMusic if you want to donate, if you enjoyed tonight's segment. I also got Patreon.com/EddieLamMusic if you want to donate to some of my special deals I got on there too. So feel free. I would love to get some patrons on my Patreon. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so do I enjoy Ryan's asking, do I enjoy country music? Yeah, depending who it is. Depending who it is. But I like listening to Luke Bryan for sure. I like listening to Johnny Cash, obviously. Some Willie Nelson, I would say. A little bit of Willie Nelson. Carrie Underwood, yes. Faith Hill, I would like to see live, but I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of Faith Hill, but I would imagine going to her live shows would be amazing. So, yeah, so there's that. So there's your answer in country questions. But Garth Brooks, maybe. I would probably like to see Garth Brooks live, too. So, yeah. All right. I had to hydrate. I didn't hydrate all night at all. Let's check out some other questions I may have missed. Hold on a second. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I think that's about it for today, everybody. Thank you all for being part of my podcast, Music Talk Mondays. Again, I'm always live every Monday on both Twitch and TikTok to do this podcast. Other than that, I'm also live on Twitch and TikTok when I'm doing piano live streams also. I usually do this on the weekends, so it usually be either on a Friday or on a Saturday or whenever I do have time permitting. But yeah, so Music Talk Mondays every week at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. I also do piano live streams on weekends. So days do vary, but just follow me on both platforms, and I will love to see you guys there. What else is there? Sorry. Ryan says you should listen to Midland. They're pretty good. For sure. Thank you so much, Ryan, on TikTok. Yeah. So, and then what else is there? Yeah. So if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about too, even if it's not instrument tutorials, if you want me to just give my thoughts about things that are music related, even if it's on pop culture stuff, like say the Grammy Awards or interviewers who interview rock stars, MTV, Much Music, whatever it may be, let me know. I would love to hear you guys' suggestions of what you want me to talk about. So that is it for me, everybody. Again, thank you so much. My official website is EddieLamMusic.ca. That's my website. Follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Donate to me on PayPal.me/EddieLamMusic. Go to my Patreon.com/EddieLamMusic. Would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. You guys are amazing people. Again, this podcast will be uploaded on YouTube after this broadcast is over. I will upload on YouTube tonight before the end of the day. And, yeah, we will go from there. Thank you, guys. You are amazing. And in the meantime, stay in touch, stay safe, and stay awesome. Have a good night.